please? I call this one.
This Amateur Radio Roundtable is brought to you in part by ICOM America. All right, quiet on the set. All right, hey, today is Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Boy, Tuesday, December 13th. Welcome to Amateur Radio Roundtable here on W5KUB. Oh, boy, we had a lot of trouble the past week. You would not believe it. Didn't even know if we're going to get the webcast back up this week. We've had internet outages. We've had hard drive crashes. We've run on a generator for 8 hours. We got software programs that aren't working. We got all kinds of problems. But between that and all the other things we had to do, I think that we got a working system tonight. We'll keep our fingers crossed. I'd like to just say hello to everyone listening on shortwave. We've changed back to 5130 kilohertz on WBCQ at 5130 kilohertz out of Monticello, Maine. We'll say hello to Lord Robert up there, who's managing the board up there and putting our audio in. Robert, keep the audio going there. Thanks a lot, Robert. Let's see what else. Oh, hey, I want to remind everybody we have a segment with Riley Hollingsworth. He's retired from the FCC, and we need questions. So if you got FCC type questions, send them to askriley at w5kub.com. Or you can just send them to me and I'll get them to Riley. But Riley will answer your questions. Hopefully we'll have him on in a couple weeks when we get enough questions for him to make an appearance on here. And if you'll put your phone number in there, Riley usually will call you back on the telephone personally and talk to you. So send your questions in to askriley at w5kub. Now, I'd like to also ask everyone that's joining us on the video tonight on the web, please join our Facebook group and follow us on Twitter. But click on that Facebook link up at the top of the page there in the menu. And we've got about 4,850 members now of our group. We're going to hit 5,000 members real soon. And that's going to be kind of a milestone for us. In February, we will have hit 2 solid years for the show. So help us there. We've got some really cool guests on tonight, and Katie's going to be with us in a minute, and we're going to have some really fun and cool things going on here. And I also just want to show you something. The second segment of the show, I'm going to talk to you about how you can use this for your ham radio. And that's going to play a vital part of the segment that I do here in just a little while. But first, let's go out to Katie out in Wyoming. Katie, how are you doing tonight? Let me see if I can get Katie in here. There we go. There we go. Katie, you're on. How you doing?
Hi, Tom. Hi, everybody in the chat room. I am doing well tonight. How is everything out there with you?
Hey, we're doing good here. You guys got any snow out there?
Yeah, we keep getting more every day. It seems like a little bit here and there, and the temperatures have been well below zero quite a bit. So it's winter is here, that's for sure.
Well, it's getting really, really cold here. I'm having to dress up. The temperature is down almost to 40 right now.
Ooh, 40.
Yeah. So
if I turned 40 here, everybody would be in shorts and flip-flops.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know what you mean. I used to...
Okay, but this year, so temperatures.
Flashing light here. Let's see what's happening.
Okay.
Well, it's back on now. Maybe you talking, Katie, made the internet go down. I don't know what happened. My
internet.
Well, we're green again, so I tell you what, we're going to continue. And if something keeps happening, what we'll do, we'll try to go down to a little bit lower speed on here. But anyway, everything's looking good right now.
Right.
So, and we might get some feedback from the chat room. Guys, how's the video coming through? Are we doing okay? I saw a little problem. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Katie, what do you got going tonight?
Well, I am absolutely thrilled tonight to have my friend Hope, KM4 IPF, on tonight to talk about her great adventures in California, along with her dad, James, WX4 TV. They are down in Florida, but they were off in California for a week. James has a really cool job that he travels quite a bit for, and I'm not sure if this particular gig was part of the We Do Epic.tv for a movie he was working on filming. But of course, while they were out there being the good hams that they are, they had a great opportunity to get on the air, and Hope did some QRP operating. And the really cool part, which I'm looking forward to her telling us all about, is being a guest on the Last Man Standing set, Kilo Alpha 6 Lima Mike Sierra. So with that, I see you guys are on the show. So welcome to you guys. How are you tonight?
Hey, Katie. Hey, Tom.
Yeah, we're good here. And you said if it were 40, you'd be in like flip-flops and all. Well, we would be freezing to death here in 40. But right now, it's better than summer because it's super hot. We're sitting here in shorts and sandals instead here.
Are you really? Oh, you lucky kid.
Comfortable here. Don't get much of winter.
So you just got home from your California trip, and it's now about 9 o'clock at night on the East Coast. But what time did you get home today?
Well, this morning we got to the Orlando airport at about 1, made it home probably about 2:30 to 3.
Oh,
and,
my goodness. Have you had any sleep?
Not really.
So what have you been doing? Eating a lot of candy to stay awake all day?
Not really. We just went outside and played because it was a really nice day here.
That's good. I bet you were happy to see your sisters and brother and mom when you got home, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, what I'm going to do is turn on my little PowerPoint here in just a second. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm not sure if Tom will be able to have both the screen and you guys on it. But what I wanted to do for everybody was to show off some pictures of some of your activities, and you guys can tell us what was going on out there, and I'll kind of lead you into it. And I just named it myself. I called it Hope and Her Grand California Adventures. But stand by one quick second. Let me start sharing the screen here. Oops, gotta get on the page. And there we go. So once I hear from Tom that we're good, I will.
Looking good. Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see the
Yeah, we see it. Nice.
see it now? Okay. All right. I'm trying to. I can't see when I have the screen showing. So.
Yeah, you got it.
So
Show.
here we are. All right. Here we go. All right. Looks like everything's live. Okay. So we've got Hope and Her Grand California Adventures. And was that a little gentry you were doing there for our buddy Paul K9PG?
Yeah.
That's excellent. And where were you when that photo was taken?
Well, since Daddy was working for the, what he was doing up in California that I got to come with, he was filming for a story about, like, the workers, like the original Imagineers and all, for Disney. And so that was at Bob Gurr's house. He invented the monorail and stuff. And while Daddy was filming, I went outside since it was up on the mountain. And I spent my time up there on the radio. And so Daddy got to take a picture of me on the mountaintop when I had the radio next to me. Yep, that's another one.
And I believe that was, I actually got you on that operation when you were out in the backyard. I had a chance to talk to you there.
Yeah, you were my first contact up at Bob Gurr's backyard.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize I was the first one. Well, it's a good thing I got you when we did, since I kind of, I moved the beam right to where you were at. And I heard you. I'm like, I'm going to call now just in case. And you came back with your usual, oh, hi, Katie. That always makes my day when I hear that.
Yeah, we know who it is, but I've got to legally say the call sign, and then I'm like, oh, hi, how you doing?
I think that's great because, sometimes people get caught up with, it's fine to be formal and we have rules we should follow when we're operating, but it's always nice when you can talk to someone that you know and you can have that familiarity with them. And so what radio are you using there in that photo?
Well, we're using the KX3. It's the Elecraft KX3 QRP radio, and it's very portable. Of course, you work QRP with it, and we have a QRP antenna that we were using that we put up in a tree across his backyard, and it worked pretty well on the mountaintop, but of course bands were dead, so we didn't get very many.
Right. Yeah, the bands weren't the greatest, but they obviously got out. How many contacts did you make that afternoon? Do you remember?
I don't know. I think about 20. Usual, probably about 20.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Were they just in the States, or did you get any DX while you were out there?
I think it was just in the States. Yeah, we're looking at...
She actually got 10 that day, and Katie is the first one on the log.
Yeah.
Woohoo! All right.
I'll get it high for you like you wanted.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Okay, so let me see here. Now, I might have had this one out of order, but this was obviously in the evening. It looks like it was even a little chilly to have your sleeves down. Where were you at there? It almost looks like you're sitting at the poolside lounge or something somewhere.
Well, yeah, we were. That was in California, which it was pretty cold there. We were like freezing there because, it's on the West Coast.
Well,
it's got different weather.
That was in Universal City.
Oh, yeah.
At the Hilton.
And we went out to the pool and strung it through the...
No, you were using your alpha loop.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We were using our alpha loop antenna. And
okay.
we took it up, and we tried to make contacts. I don't think we made any contacts that night, but we were in a valley.
Hey, but that's okay. You gave it a try. So how many antennas did you guys bring with you?
Well, I don't know how many they were, but there was a bag of multi-use ones. We had a off-center fed dipole that we brought, and wasn't that the long wire that you could use as a long wire? Yeah. You could put it up with balloons like we did at one point, and make a vertical. You could also get like plungers and like on a window up at the top floor that we were at, well, one of the top floors. You could make a loop by just wrapping it around several times. And we also had that loop, which was the alpha loop. So we had kind of a lot of antennas, and we got to try them all.
That's awesome. Did you have any problems? Did you carry that stuff on, or was it all packed and checked luggage so you didn't have to worry about it?
Yeah, I don't know where Daddy packed it.
We carried it on, and TSA in Orlando understands me, and TSA in Los Angeles and Orange County, anytime there's anything that is electronic, they just go nuts.
Yeah.
So I think we carried it all on. We were hoping to use the alpha loop. Steve from Alpha Antennas sent the kids that, and we got to play with it before the hurricane, and we had a lot of success with it. And I think what happened possibly is the antenna may have taken a whack during transit. So I've got to take it apart, and we'll look at the capacitor, the variable capacitor in there, and see. We couldn't get it to work on this trip.
Okay.
We tried 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, but it was fun trying.
And then the wire antennas, I know you know Emmett from Radio Waves. He is a real good friend of ours, and that's a picture of what?
That's a picture of, I think that might be...
that's up on top, that's up by Lake Arrowhead.
Yeah, we were up there, and the little puppy is my toy kettles, and we went up there, and we took lots of pictures, and the smog from down at the valley surrounded by the mountains it makes the tall mountains, it pops up and makes it really look really pretty because you're above all the smog and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Kate.
Yeah, I thought that was a really neat picture because you can really see so very far behind you.
That was the day, and we shared it on Facebook. We were going to do some, Hope was going to do some QRP work from up there because it was way up. It was like 6,000 feet in the air and good view to the east. And we strung the off-center fed dipole in the air, turned on the radio, and the batteries were dead. And unfortunately, what had happened was we had put the batteries on charge inside the KX3 the night before in the vehicle, and the charger got unplugged. So what happened was when the KX3 is charging, I guess it still is doing a power draw, and it was sitting there telling us all night long that you don't have enough power to charge it. So that didn't work. But I should have sent you the video. I've got it on my phone. We could possibly try to share it that way. But we were up there at an overlook, and there was a rock that looked like it was the peak of a mountain. I'll let Hope talk about what she did there. She posted a video on Facebook or YouTube.
I think we have that video, don't we?
No, this is a different one where she talked about getting ready to do some QRP. You remember what you did?
Yeah, I can explain it if we're not able to share it. Well, it was on the top of a mountain, and there was this kind of big rock. It was probably like 4 or 5 feet tall, probably only about 4. And I was climbing up on it, almost like it was a mountain, facing the mountain where there was the drop. And so Daddy took that video as I was climbing up from out of sight to sight. And I climbed up, and I was like, "Hi, I'm Kim for IPF, and we're trying to find a place to put this antenna that we have up in the trees or something up on the mountain." And I was like, "And man, this place is steep." And then I pretended to fall.
Oh.
Because I was like, "Oh, there you go, friends." Like, ah!
Well, I know you do like to ham it up for, for photos and other things. Speaking of hamming it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember where that was?
Yeah, that was at another place. I don't know what the name of the man
His name is Garner Holt. The film that we're working on, I'm doing the cinematography for it. We're interviewing a lot of the original Imagineers that worked directly with Walt Disney. And we're going from the 1964 World's Fair to the creation of Epcot. And this guy actually didn't work with Walt Disney, but he worked with, or learned under Bob Gurr. This guy's name is Garner Holt, and he does most of the audio animatronic stuff for all the theme parks and Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, he had so much stuff in his studio. It was cool. And that's pretty much the only thing back there in that workshop that we were allowed to take a picture of.
Really?
But we can't tell you what we saw. I mean, it's just incredible stuff that they're working on. And what were those? We saw big candy bars. We can talk about those.
Oh, yeah. We saw these giant,
Hershey bars.
Yeah, Hershey bars. And they had, the little arms and feet coming out of them and then little eyes in the bar. And down. And they were so cute. And we were like, "Oh, yummy." I think Daddy my lips looking at it. Just
they're actually, I think, going to Hershey Park in Pennsylvania. So
there was also a Hershey's Kiss that we looked at. A little Hershey's
neat.
Bag.
And those were things you weren't allowed to take photos of, right?
Well, the Hershey's Kiss we were, but I didn't send that one to you. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff off to the left in that picture that's just really cool. And part of being able to see it, we can't tell anybody about it because it's stuff that it's not necessarily proprietary, but his clients don't want it shared yet.
Right.
But it was a really cool trip. In fact, you got to sit at a piano with somebody. Do you remember?
Yeah, the first interview we did on that trip, it was Richard Sherman, and he wrote all the music for, The Parent Trap. Well, I only know some. He did Mary Poppins, Parent Trap, stuff like that. I haven't seen Mary Poppins, but Mommy recorded it because they saw it at home while we were gone. But he sang and played on the piano when I was sitting next to him. It was
they played the love songs from the Parent Trap, which we watched on the plane last night. The original 1961 Parent Trap was on the Delta flight from Los Angeles.
Perfect timing.
Wow.
It was done like a minute before we needed to get off.
So yeah, he sang Walt Disney's favorite song he sang was Feed the Birds from
Mary Poppins.
And then he sang for the finale, for the camera, he sang Supercalifragilistic.
Supercalifragilistic.
Katie would be an understatement. He anointed the piano with lots of spit as he sang it. He really got into it.
That's what an amazing experience! Holy cow, that's really cool stuff. So speaking of cool, I'm sorry. Go ahead, James.
The studio where we interviewed him had some really cool albums, like Pink Floyd had recorded in there, and tons of really big name bands and gold records and platinum records were on the wall. And it was so cool to just sit in there, and he took time to share his candy bar with her, and it was cool. But what happened here? This was right after.
Yes, that was like exactly after like later that day, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
right after In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah, that too. And that was at the Last Man Standing set. I think Katie's is right over the one that we cut
Here,
out.
wait a minute. I think I think you took a picture of something. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, but.
There it is.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It's right. There's Mom and there's Blaine. There's the Allen household and Breen household in the corner here.
And then on his
Kay is there.
Yep, and Kay and Carol.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Chip and Janet down here.
And then the one with the big rock mountain to Piggy's right ear is Katie's. That's yours. And
look, there's Chris. There's Christopher just above mine, KD8YVJ.
And my card was on there for a while, but it's been a couple years now. I'm sure it's rotated off by now.
I think yours was there.
I don't know. I bet it's still there, Tom.
I see it. I see it on the. I see it on some of the reruns every now and then.
Yeah.
So here So I'm going to go back to the before picture. So Dad got a picture of y'all happy and excited, ready to operate, and so you were operating. Is that a ICOM 7800 there, or what is that thing?
I think it's a 7700.
Okay.
Let's give a disclaimer here. This little girl got into. We landed at 1 a.m. Eastern time. We flew a direct flight, a late flight we left at like 7:15 Eastern, landed, and then we drove to the hotel. And we got to the hotel at about 3 a.m. Eastern time, and we got into our upgraded room because I'm a diamond with Hilton. And what was in the room? Do you remember?
Well, it smelled like a dead body or something.
Yeah, there was like a dead body in the room.
We were afraid. And this guy, when we called, the people at the front desk or whatever Daddy called, they were like, yeah, right. Some guy went up there, he's like, well, I got a cold, so I might not smell it. He walked in the room, and Daddy
oh, my. So she got to bed at about 4 in the morning Eastern. We had an early call time with Richard Sherman. We shot that all day, gulped down the In-N-Out Burger literally on the side of the road. And then made it over to the studio. So by then, it has been a really long day for her. And
but if the bands were good and we were fully rested, then even for you, Katie, since the bands were horrible when you were doing it, you said, then we both could have probably got like 300.
Oh, yeah, probably. Well, when I was there, I was there with Dwayne and Chip, K7JA, and Janet, KL7MF. So we were, I wanted to make sure. I didn't want to be a total mic hog and, take up the whole time, although I could have, but, wanted to make sure everybody had a chance to operate. And it was pretty exciting to sit there and play radio from that spot. Because we watch Last Man Standing every week, regardless of the ham radio piece of it, we just love the show. And so being on the set and getting to take a tour of the set and then sitting down and playing radio right there, it was really exciting for me. And, I sure had a pretty good pileup going as well. But listening to you, it was just, it was really impressive, I have to say. It's hard for somebody who's been a ham for a long time to run a pileup, even when you're used to it under the best of conditions. But I mean, we all know you're 10, right? Or you're 9 still? Yeah, you're 10 years old. You've been a ham for a couple of years, and you sat down and created this massive pileup and managed it and ran it. And I had no idea you already had such a long day before you even got to the station. And how many contacts did you end up making, would you say?
I'm looking at that right now.
I think I made like 130, maybe 50.
Holy cow. So basically about one a minute.
139.
139. Wow. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, I know I was really happy to get in the pile up, and I got there early because I got there right after I heard you finish talking to your sister and your mom. And I threw my call out, and you heard the YL, and you said the YL, and I said WY7YL, and you said, "Oh, hi, Katie."
Yeah, we're like the YL ending in Lima, and we're like, "Oh, hi, Katie." We didn't get with Lima, and we knew it was a lady, so.
Right. That was fun. And I heard a lot of other, friends and people that are in the chat room today that got to make a contact with you. So, after, you did that for a good couple of hours. I know you went over to 40 meters as well after a period of time, right? Was about half on 20 and half on 40, or what did you do?
Not bad like that. We left business on 20, at least that we could hear. There might have been others calling. So we made a small pile up and worked all that we could. Then, of course, everyone waits for the pile up to go away. Then as you're leaving, you have a huge pile up. Right. Which back then we had to get off the set because we're not allowed to tell anything about the movie and what it's about. But, in live audiences or like movies, you know how it is with the laughing. It's a live audience, and we got to go into the laughing section, as I call it.
Right.
Laugh and laugh.
Oh yeah. So you got to sit and actually watch them tape the show. Did you guys get to meet any of the stars of the show?
Well, Tim Allen was going to come over, but he saw that I was working a pilot and he left because he's like, I better not interrupt that.
Oh, you should have been to get him on the air. That would have been fun, huh?
Yeah.
We'll go back sometime, probably.
Oh, I'm sure. And so during the show, did John come and get you? John Amadeus, the NN6JA, who's the executive producer, or one of the executive producers of the show. Did I see somewhere you posted you got to go down on the behind the cameras and watch some of the filming too?
Yeah, he thought that would be easier for me to see. I got to go down there, and it was easier to see. It was fun to see it up in the laughing section, down on the ground behind the cameras. So we had a fun time there.
That's awesome.
Something about John. His hospitality was absolutely incredible. But being in that business, I noticed the cameras that he's shooting the show with, and in talking to him about it, he's a groundbreaker in the television industry. He was the first person to shoot a sitcom on HD, and using cameras that we use for shooting films. To do a sitcom, which is unheard of. Wow. And the cinematic quality of the show, when you look at it, it's like, wow, they're really doing a good. He's a groundbreaker. I was really impressed with what they were doing out there, just from looking at it from the industry standpoint.
Right, that's neat. It is really a great experience. So once you got that under your belt, then you headed down and. With the plans to activate for the National Parks on the Air at the Joshua Tree National Park, correct?
Yes, that was on Sunday, the day before we left, because we had that day free. So we went there, and we went and operated. There was a lot of cool rocks. Since Grace loves rocks, we wish she could have been there. We wish the whole family could have come and helped operate. and there was tons of rock piles, and you could climb them. And at first we found some rock piles at the front thinking, oh, these are cool. We climbed them and operated, got about 20 contacts, I think, at that activation time. And then we shut down. Yeah, that's one of the rocks that we climbed. Then as we went, we noticed bigger and bigger rocks and piles and all. And
That's
we're
actually
this
the
is
rock
awesome.
you did the first activation from.
Oh, yeah, that is
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Like I said, I might have had some of those out of order. I'm just waiting to make sure that the show catches up with what we're doing here and what we're talking about. So then the next one, this one I really liked. I thought this was kind of cool. So did you operate from way up there?
No, that's
the one that
that's the really tall one.
yeah, there was it said an exhibit, and they said you could find like rock climbers climbing with like the harnesses and gear, and we stopped by there to see what it was, and we found the rock climbers climbing up, like Katie, we saw on your QSL card, the big like straight up cliff rock. It's all one rock.
Right.
Yeah, it was like that on one end, but on the other end, which you see that, it's easier to climb because it's separate rocks, almost like stairs.
Right.
And so we went up there. Well, Daddy stayed back to take pictures and stuff.
Yeah,
and I was climbing and exploring. The rocks had like tunnels through them, and it's almost like you got lost down there, but eventually you find your way out and down of the mountain of rocks, we call them. And so it was really fun. We didn't operate there. I couldn't go on the big straight up one because they didn't have the harness. So we went to the other side. We're like, oh, cool, this is what we already had climbed on the other rocks. That's another operation.
Let me tell about this. This is the second operation, and the picture doesn't do it justice. We climbed for probably 200 or 300 feet from where the truck was parked. And this is up on a little plateau on top of all these rocks. So we're pretty far up. And probably what I should have done was climb back down and taken a picture of her up there. But my legs are still hurting from that. It's been more than 48 hours.
Yeah, I bet.
I think that's the first one, yeah.
Okay, so it's not...
You've got the background and then the big rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the second one that we found some even bigger rocks that somehow we found a way up.
So were you able to get out and... So overall, when you were at Joshua, so how many locations within the national park did you sit down and operate from?
Like, there was those first ones of climbing up the rocks. Yep. But then we wanted to go to another place. It was a mountain called Tues, they called it. That's not the mountain, that's the first activation, but at night, it was at night after the sunset, because you can kind of see the reflection of the sunset in that second picture.
Okay.
Not quite. But you could see it, and I think it's the one before that.
Let's see, you did 3.
Yeah, there was 3, but at the third one, it was at night up on the Tues View, because it was like over a mile up, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was freezing there, so we didn't do any outside activations. So, well, we did try to. We made like 1 or 2 outside, but we were so cold. So we just brought it in, and we didn't make more than like 1 or 2 from outside before we...
Talk about what you see you can see your wire going off into the sky.
I was just going to ask about that.
Yeah, you can see the wire. It's kind of going up like that. And you can see it because, as I said, what we did, you can make a vertical with the antennas. And so we got 2 balloons.
Yeah, I thought I put that picture in. I'm sorry, I must have missed that. I thought I had... There was a photo I had from a distance with the balloon in there, but we'll see if I can't...
Yeah, we'll see that on the video in a minute, too.
Yeah, that's right. It's on the video, which we'll do in just a minute.
75 KUB's Facebook page to shamelessly plug that page for you, Tom.
That's good. Thank you.
I'll post them on there when we get done that show the activation. This rock is about 20 feet up in the air, and the wind was blowing all day at about 15 to 20 knots. So the balloons wanted to go sideways. So this little intrepid climbing girl here realized
I liked the climb. I found that, hey, those rocks look like a great kind of stairway on the rocks. And so I just climbed, and we found that it was good to climb with, and so we brought up the staff.
But if
That's
you have
awesome.
a long antenna and it's being held up by balloons and you're at the ground and they're blowing the antenna sideways, you have an antenna laying on the ground.
James, I went to a field day one time, and we took helium and balloons and very light wire, and we were going to put up like 1,000-foot vertical. We were on top of a mountain, and guess what? It went out horizontal over the lake.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened here. I think she made about
like
20, 25 HF contacts with 5 watts.
On that first activation rock.
Wow. I know I went down to the shack to hear you for one of them, but I wasn't able to pull you out at 5 watts, but I was trying to keep up with the progress because your dad was posting on the National Parks on the Air Facebook page, and I know it's getting awfully close to the 1 million QSOs for the year, or unless they've actually hit it, but I think a lot of people were excited to have the park activated and very excited to have you activating it. So it was kind of a double whammy for everybody. So I know there was one other cool thing you got to do while you're out there, and that was to see the Pacific Ocean for the first time, right?
Yeah, that next picture, that is, I think, a heron. Wasn't it the heron? Yeah. We tried to touch it and catch it, but that one, like another picture, I don't know if Daddy showed you, that one wasn't injured, so that one just kept running away on there and eventually flew. Yeah, it's that one. It looked injured. Yep. It might have been just very still on an egg or something. Yeah. But you can't see it with the lighting. But we named it Green Beak because for some reason its beak was green.
Oh, that's cute. That's pretty good because, I didn't see the Pacific Ocean for the first time until back when I worked for the ARRL, and I went to Pacificon, one of the Hamfests up in the San Francisco area, and went over to see the Golden Gate Bridge and all of downtown San Francisco. So that was, about 10, 11 years ago. So, and I'm something years old, so I'm not going to tell you. But that's pretty neat that you got to see that at your age, and all these really neat experiences. And I'm kind of finishing off the slideshows with a picture of you and Daddy because I thought this was really nice. And I'm giving you the title of Best Dad Ever, James, because I don't know how many kids have the chance to do all the cool things you've been able to do. And, of course, earlier this year you did the Youth D Expedition with Faith Hannah. And we still got to get her on to talk about that, too. But really neat stuff. And so with that, I thought it'd be, if I can turn it back to you, Tom, we have a few videos that James has from some of the operations while she was at Joshua Tree. And I thought it'd be great. People can actually see her in action.
Well, before we do that, let's give Mommy credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get you back on
Michelle, before she married me, a long time ago, she got her license and surprised me. Back in the days when VE sessions were new, and the questions weren't put in a book. She studied on her own, and she is the reason that all of the kids got their ham tickets. It wasn't me. I had kind of fallen out of the hobby after a hurricane destroyed our house. Or virtually destroyed our house, and fixing the house and replacing TV cameras was more important.
Right.
And Hope wouldn't have been able to come, and Faith Hannah wouldn't have been able to go if Mommy wasn't here, facilitating them doing their homeschool and supporting me for over nearly 24 years now, being gone some years, most of the year, and doing a job that I love, and it's taken me all over the place. And she has kept the fort at home, and she's got to be the best mommy ever because
I agree.
She doesn't get the limelight, but without her, there wouldn't be any limelight to have. So
you want to come over? Okay.
Yeah, get Michelle in here to wave to everybody at least so we all know who Mom is. For anybody who doesn't already, but I agree, and I have to say, everybody who knows all about your kids. There she is. Hi, Mom. You guys are really such a fine example of a whole ham family of all of the different things you do, and all the kids have various levels of interest. And, for a long time, of course, growing up in traditional education and not knowing much about homeschooling, I really had no idea of the things that could be accomplished. But after I know some families here locally that do homeschooling, and then meeting your family, it just blows my mind what can be done. And when the family really comes together the way you guys have, and really a great inspiration for everybody. And I have to say to you, James and Michelle, thank you for sharing your children with all of us. And we were all kind of joking on the Facebook page when Hope was running Last Man Standing. I said, I'm a proud surrogate auntie. And then everybody else was popping in about being proud surrogate uncles too. And, I think myself and a lot of us out here feel like, your kids are our kids in a way too. And it's a really generous way to share your family. And I just like to say thank you for that.
All right, let's roll the videos. We've got a little bit more here, and remember, we can hear you if you talk, but that also means James or Katie, if you need to talk over the video, you can. Okay, so let me grab a video here. If I can do this, let's see. I think I can do this. Let's see. We got to switch a couple scenes here. There we go. We'll get it.
National Parks on the Air, CQ National Parks on the Air. This is Kilo Mike 4 India Papa Foxtrot. Kilo Mike 4 India Papa Foxtrot at the Joshua Tree National Park. November Papa 32 QRZ.
I see the balloons.
Alpha Echo 5
Sierra. Kilo Sierra.
Kilo Sierra. Echo Alpha 5 Kilo Sierra, you're 5'9". Joshua Tree National Park, November Papa 32. Over.
2021.
Are you playing the video, Tom?
Yes.
Okay.
QSL, thank you for the contact in 73. What's the time?
2019.
73, Kilo Mike 4, India Papa Foxtrot at Joshua Tree National Park, QRZ. CQ National Parks on the Air, CQ National Parks on the Air, CQ National Parks on the Air. This is Kilo Mike 4, India Papa Foxtrot. Kilo Mike 4, India Papa Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ. CQ National Parks on the Air, CQ National Parks on the Air, CQ National Parks on the Air. This is Kilo Mike 4, India Papa Foxtrot. Kilo Mike 4, India Papa Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ. CQ National Parks on the Air, CQ National Parks on the Air, CQ National Parks on the Air. This is Kilo Mike 4, India Papa Foxtrot. Kilo Mike 4, India Papa Foxtrot, QRZ. CQ. CQ National Parks on the Air, CQ National Parks on the Air, CQ National Parks on the Air. This is Kilo Mike 4, India Papa Foxtrot. Kilo Mike 4, India Papa Foxtrot, QRZ.
All right. Let's see if I can get the other. First, I got to stop this one. James, are you guys seeing it come back to you?
No, we just have Skype. I don't. Our internet, for some reason, we're paying for 300 megabits. We're getting 4 tonight. So I don't have the show pulled up.
Well, okay. I thought it'd be coming back to you on Skype. But anyway, here's Hope at Joshua Tree National Park. It's a short one.
So you just played the first one, I guess. No, shot down on the ground.
No, I played the second one first. This is the 19-second one with the balloons and her on top of the rock. Here we go.
Okay. Okay.
All right, and then we got the third one. Let me make sure they're all off here. And here's this is looks like Faith Hannah and Hope testing the smashed Kyocera solar panel. Here we go.
I hope the ice cream don't go.
Oh, you pulled that one?
Yeah, that would be bad.
That's annoying. I wonder if it's gonna work.
Hey, Julio.
Oh, hi. I'm Faith Hannah.
Buenas noches.
And I'm Hope, Cam for IPF, and welcome to hamradio.world. As you see, our Kyocera 140 watt solar panel that we've talked about before has gotten smashed. Well, the story was a friend was carrying it back home from the Georgia Stone Mountain Ham Fest, and he had to slam on brakes, and so a bunch of Motorola battery chargers, when he slammed on brakes, went flying on it, and it smashed it. So we're wondering if it's gonna work.
So we have our Jenison charge controller hooked up to this amp, volt, and watt meter, which is hooked up to the solar panel. And right now it has 20.4 volts and using 3 watts for this. So we're going to plug it into the battery we have for our KX3 and see if it's doing anything. So now it has pretty much 18 volts and 28 watts, and I'm not sure if you can see this in the video, but this light right here is flashing green, so that means it's charging. So it still works, but not as good as it used to.
So now our 140 watt panel is about 18-20 watts, but at least it still works. Thank you for watching. This is Cam for IPF and
AE for FH.
73.
All right. Very good. Very good. And we're back to let's see. We're back to you guys down in Florida, and also
All right,
Katie. Let me.
We're entertaining us.
There we go. Well, hey. Yeah, boy, I tell you, you girls, Hope and Faith Hannah, and even Zachariah, and all you kids there in the family, you guys do great things there, and you really surprise us with all the things you can do. You're showing the grown-ups and the adults off. You can probably teach us a lot of things. Well, Katie, yeah.
I hope we're teaching that ham radio is supposed to be fun. You know, it is first and foremost a service that needs to be there in times when it needs to be there. But if you can't have fun doing it, there's no reason to get out there. No reason to get a license, no reason to get a rig if you're not going to have fun doing it. And you know how Bill Cosby used to say years ago, if you're not careful, you might learn something.
Yeah, I tell you, it's been a great hobby. I've been in it 52, 53 years now, and there's always something to do. Hey, thanks, Hope and family, for being with us tonight.
There's Faith Hannah's here.
Yeah.
There she is, and there's little Grace.
Yeah.
There's the whole gang. Hi, everybody.
Everybody's building an Arduino project somewhere.
Or there's Mom. So there's James and all of his girls.
And I see Mom back there. So there's the whole ham family right there, all together.
Except Zachariah's not here.
Oh.
Well, yeah,
so
you're right.
We actually have a family club call now.
Oh.
That you might have heard Grace. If you go to the Last Man Standing Mike Baxter, was it K0XTT page on Facebook, John Amadeo posted the video of Hope working the pilot. And you can hear Grace and you can hear Mommy working Hope as KM4YVH. And there will be... temporary. Yeah, that's temporary. There will be a new call sign, I believe on Friday. We'll wait until we see which one the FCC lets them get. But it'll be cool.
Awesome.
So,
all right. Very good. Okay, well, we're gonna have to run here. We're running a little late. Thanks a lot, and Katie. Wow, great segment, Katie, and we're going to have these guys and gals back again pretty soon, aren't we?
I think so. Sounds good. Well, thanks again.
Marty.
Hey, Marty.
All right, Merry Christmas to everyone there, and you guys down in Florida have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you later. 73.
73.
All right, all I got to do is find the right buttons on here again. Okay, there we go. There we go, Katie. I got you back. Okay. That was great, Katie. Very, very good segment, man. Those girls.
That was fun.
Those girls can really, they really do a lot of things, can't they?
They're really impressive, I have to say, and it's just it really gives you a great inspiration for the future of ham radio with all these young folks like the Lea kids, and then Marty, Chicken with Fries, and Christopher, and Skylar. I mean, some of the kids' names we've seen a lot of this past year, and it's really exciting. I think the more we can do to support and embrace them, the better off we all are. So thank you for the time to share that with everybody tonight. And thanks for all the comments in the chat room tonight, everybody. And, you can find Hope and the whole family on QRZ, of course, and they're very active on Facebook, especially on the National Parks on the Air page. So don't ever hesitate to send messages, especially if you want to try to get a QSO with them, because they're on the air pretty much an awful lot. So with that, I want to pass it back to you so we can get going on your BidX projects there.
Yeah, okay, Katie, thanks, and goodbye, and 73 and all that. You can stay on here if you want to. You can stay on here if you want to and yell at us or whatever you want to do. I'm not going to cut you off. So your audio's hot. Right. Your audio's hot. I think she left us. Okay, Katie's gone. All right, guys, we'll be back with you in just 1 second here. 'Tis the season. The holidays are here. Surprise your favorite ham this season with the gift that is on their Santa list. The holidays are just around the corner, and ICOM has an array of radios to fill your stockings or place under the tree. Just arrived for the holidays, the IDA 51A Plus 2 provides new models for extended D-Star coverage. Available in 5 colors, the IDA 51A Plus 2 is a perfect stocking stuffer. It has terminal and access mode, send and receive text messages and pictures, DV fast data mode, and an easy FM repeater setting. Ideal for the contester on the go. Try out the IC7300. It's a high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design. The real fun starts here. RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large 4.3-inch color touchscreen, real-time spectrum scope, and an SD memory card slot. Push performance to the pinnacle with the IC7600. Following in the footsteps of ICOM's flagship radio, the IC7600 has an intuitive operation and the latest DSP technologies. It has a digital IF filter, dual DSP, a large 5.8-inch ultra-wide TFT display, and high-resolution real-time spectrum scope. Visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on ICOM radios. All right, and we're back, and time now to talk about the well, first let me just cover just a couple of things real quick. For our listeners out on shortwave, again, we went to 5130 tonight. We moved to 5130 kilohertz tonight. It's wintertime. The propagation is probably a lot better on 5130. So that's where we are. Maybe we've got some shortwave listeners out there. If you're listening on shortwave, you can join us on the web at w5kub.com, w5kub.com. And if you're out there listening, send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. Send me a signal report and where you are. You can send that to Tom at W5KUB as in Bravo.com. Tom at W5KUB.com. Send us an email. The next segment we're going to be talking about the BITX40 transceiver. And I know a lot of you have got really excited about it over the last few weeks. We've shown it here. And I've got a friend that's also been following us here for many years, Ron, over in the Netherlands, PA3FAT. And Ron has been helping. He ordered a BIX BITX40. He didn't have it yet, but I was working on the VFO, the Arduino VFO, and Ron jumped in to help. And he is a coder and he's a programmer, and he has really done a great job with that. I can't hardly do it, but as many of you know, nearly all the code for Arduino is shared. If somebody develops it, it's shared with everybody. So, when you guys get ready, and if you like this VFO, and I'm sure the software will be available that you can load into your VFO, and it will look just like the one I'm going to show you tonight. So, I told you tonight the show was going to be around this, and this is a fire extinguisher sign that I bought at Home Depot. I think it was a couple bucks, but it's going to be a very important part of this project. And I'll show you in just a couple minutes why it's going to be important. So let me see if I can jump right into the BITX40 and show you kind of what I've been doing. But also let me say I haven't had much time to work on it this week. As I mentioned, we had a lot of issues that we were working through with the webcast, and we still have a lot of issues that we're going to be dealing with this week, but we were able to get the show on tonight. And over the next few weeks, I will be working on this BITX40, and we will be doing improvements and modifications to it. The nice thing about this radio is a single sideband 40 meter 5-watt transceiver. My first contact that I made with this little board, just like it is there with just a couple wires hooked to it, was South Africa, ZS6CCY. South Africa, 9,000 miles away, and I was on a 40 meter inverted V. So that's the main radio you order. You can get it. It's already assembled. It's already put together. Very, very well built. $45, and it comes already built. And that also includes shipping from India. It takes about 3 weeks to get it. So you got to put it in your own box. You got to think about, what are you going to do with this thing? So, has anybody out there seen one of these boxes before? This is an interesting box. There probably a lot of people have these laying around or in the junk box. See, I don't throw anything away, and Kathy always tells me I need to clean out and throw stuff away. But it becomes useful. So I've got several of these in the attic. I grabbed this and brought it down, and I thought, you know what? That's a pretty nice looking little box. It's about 10 inches wide, and it's about I think about 7 inches deep, and it's got a pretty good height, a little over 2 inches in height. So I thought, why don't I build the BITX40 transceiver in this box? So I kind of laid some parts out on top of it, and you can see that I would have plenty of room here, really. I mean, I've got a lot of room left in that box. On the right side is the BITX40 transceiver, and over on the left side is the Arduino and the VFO that we're going to use. And I'm also going to put a little antenna tuner, a little QRP antenna tuner in there, and a lot of things. We're gonna do a lot of things with it. So the first thing you do, you gotta take out the insides of that direct TV, and don't throw it away. Look, you'll see that board. It's got a lot of parts on it, a lot of good parts. And I almost never buy parts, because you can get high quality parts off these boards that you throw away. Heat it up with the soldering gun, pull them out, and I've got thousands and thousands of parts like this. So when I go to build something, you just look around, you pick the part out you want, and you use it. You don't have to go to the store. You don't have to go to Radio Shack, which you probably won't have it anyway. All right, so once the case is empty, this is the back side. You see it's got a lot of holes in it. You know, that's pretty ugly. And, you know, it's just a mess back here. So what I did was I cut the back out. I got a little nibbling tool, and I just cut the back out that had all those holes in it. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a minute. So there's the case with the board removed. So you can see it's a nice metal case, not plastic, but it's a metal case. Got plenty of room in it. So I'm thinking, okay, I really need one of these. I got to have this. So I went to Home Depot and picked up I was looking for a piece of aluminum. And this is what I ran across at Lowe's. And I thought, okay, I'm going to use that on this radio. So I took it out in my shop, and I marked the size I needed for a front panel. And I actually took a razor knife and scored it about 20 times as hard as I could. And it cut right through that aluminum, and I was able to break that aluminum out. And it gave me the little piece right there that I needed. And back to the case. So what are we going to use that piece for? Okay, you notice I have that chassis there with the hole cut out in it. So what I'm going to do is take that little piece of aluminum I bought, the fire extinguisher sign, and put it in the box like this over that hole that I cut out. Now, it was white on the back side, and it had the sign on the front side. But I'll probably paint that to be the same color as the box. And what I'll do, I'll lay it out. I'll have the digital readout in the center. We'll have the tuning control. We'll have the volume control. We'll have mic jacks. Maybe even the QRP antenna tuner might come out to the front through the front there. So back to Ron over the Netherlands. He was instrumental in taking some code, and all this code is pretty much shared and available out there. There's so much you can do, but he took the code and he modified the code and wrote code and new lines to make this thing do all the things that we wanted to do. You know, he would take a piece of code from here and a piece of code from there and put it in, and then troubleshoot the bugs, and he'd compile the code, and we would load it in Arduino. Now, besides the Arduino, let me tell you what this cost you if you want to build the VFO. The Arduino little board there, the little computer board, is $4 off eBay. The Adafruit VFO board, it's on top of the Arduino. It's hard to see there. I'll show it to you in a minute. It's $9. The rotary control that you see, the rotary control is 75 cents, and the LCD display is $1.70. So you can get all this for under $15. There's the little secret to the VFO. That is basically the synthesizer board that makes the signal, and you can see how small it is, not much larger than a quarter. And it is very stable. I mean, I think once you turn it on, once I turned mine on, it didn't even drift one cycle the first minute. I mean, this thing is rock solid. Here's a little video that Ron put together when he made his first attempt at it. You'll notice he even put an S-meter on here. He programmed an S-meter. So here's a little 13-second video. This is what the display is going to look like. That's what the display is going to look like, and we're going to try to get the S-meter working. And then now, let's see, I'm going to go up to show you what it looks like with the VFO on it. Here we go. Okay, I think Ron may have got the software working.
The level of the higher end quality equipment, so it's the first time I saw it, it bited me. I said, holy cow, what are we turning into? Because I know one machine would do the same thing as a $10,000 transmitter, but you know, they've got that high-tech stuff in the receivers that makes it invaluable. You gotta have it.
Seems like it's tuning right.
Except I'm gonna stick on to mine as long as I can.
See if I can tune someone else in. Looks like the inversion has been fixed. Okay, I think we may have run through. Tune up a little higher in the band. I think we've already gone through it once, but you can see the LCD there. It has a step right now. It's on step 1 kilohertz. You can press the button in and get different steps. You know, 10 hertz, 100 hertz, 1,000, 10,000, which makes the fine tuning and tuning much easier there. You disconnect the VXO on the BITX40 and you just plug this Arduino in, and it becomes a rock solid VFO. Now, several of you have ordered the BITX40, and it's a very well constructed radio. But I tell you, the VFO is going to drift, and mine ran away after hours and hours. It was still running away, and I was unable to really control it. So the way to go, you know, you can play with it with the onboard VFO on it, but the way to go is to add that Arduino VFO to it, and it will be rock solid. So it's a neat little, it's a semi-kit. Like I say, it's completely already constructed. The board's constructed, but you can do modifications. You can do things like add S meters and add VFOs and just all kinds of things to it, and put it in your own box. Again, I'm going to put, I don't know what I'm going to put in mine yet. Again, the first contact I made on it, with it laying on the table, just like you saw it, was South Africa, 9,000 miles away. I was really surprised that the guys heard us there. Okay, I think that is probably all I had on that. Here's another shot of it. If you're interested in it, the website is hfsigs.com, hfsigs.com, or you can just key in Google and do a search for the BITX40, and you'll be able to find it. But it's a cool little radio, and as we make more and more progress with it, we'll keep showing it, and hopefully we'll get, I don't know if we'll ever get to the final product on it or not. All right, so let me put a phone number up here real quick, if I got a phone number. There we go. If anybody got any questions, we're a little early tonight. We're at 15 minutes after, so I'll put the phone number up. If you want to call in and ask a question or just say hello, please pick the phone up, dial 901-286-1116, and say hello to everybody. And we're always looking for segments and people to come on the show. If you've got something you'd like to show us or be on the show, shoot me an email or contact us, and we'll be glad to see if we can't get you on the show. I'm going to get ready, and we're going to go ahead and bring Hangout up here in just a second, particularly if we don't get anybody on the phone here. Let's see. I'm going to quit Skype. So we're going to start hanging out a little early. I guess someone put the link in. We got a phone. I think we got a phone call. Let's see who this is. Hello. Who's on the phone?
This is Ron, W4DNQ.
Hey, Ron, DNQ, W4. Ron, right?
Yes.
How you doing, Ron? And where are you located?
I'm sorry?
Where are you located, Ron?
We're in Jacksonville Beach, Florida.
Okay. Well, you I guess you saw most of the show tonight?
Yes. I'm still watching it. I guess if I go off of it to go to the chat room, I got to figure it out. I guess I'm kind of losing some of the time frame, but catching up to it as time goes on.
Okay, well, it's not tough. You'll figure it out. In fact, all of our shows are recorded. You can watch them here on our site. Go up to the top of the page, and you can click on archive and watch the show again anytime. And you should be able to open the chat room and the video at the same time. Now, when you're on the phone talking to me, you really need to turn the volume down on your on the video webcast. That needs to be turned down, because if you don't, we'll get feedback, and you'll hear me 30 seconds later than you hear me on Skype. So, and the way you do that,
you got it. No problem.
Yeah,
no problem there.
Yeah.
The question I got for you, Tom, is in fact, I tried emailing you, and I got a second one on order, a BIT X40. What a great rig. Sounds good, and I have the same problem you did with the drifting. I mean, It drifts, and doesn't matter how long it's on.
Right.
However,
right.
I have I think it's an RTC01B, which was manufactured outside of the States. It's not a Chinese product. It's manufactured somewhere else, and it has an adjustable IF. The frequency that you actually have to adjust to is, you set your IF to 20 megahertz, and then you add the 7 megahertz to it. The problem is that it is inverted, and and you get a upper sideband signal.
That's true. Well, here's what happened with us, and I guess that's the radio you're talking about, the RTC01D, but it's probably similar to the BIT X40. The problem that we ran into, there's some, I won't say tricky, it's tricky for me, but the coding that we had to put in the Arduino does several things. To tune 7 to 7.3, your VFO has to actually tune 4.8 to 5. So you gotta make that difference, because it has a 12 megahertz IF in it. So
I'm sorry, I was thinking about a different rig. It is 12 megahertz IF. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is 12, and even though we were tuning the right direction, and even though for some reason we were tuning the right direction, 4.8 equaled 7. You tune higher to 5, it equals 7.3. Even though we were tuning the right direction, and we were reading the right frequency on the LCD, the band was upside down on here. We had the sideband at the bottom end of the band, and we had the CW at the top end of the band. So Ron, PA3FAT, went in and figured out how to change the coding to flip that around. And of course, the coding will affect whether you're on lower sideband or upper sideband, or it will affect if your band is flipped upside down. And so that's a lot that a lot you got to think about. But the nice thing about it is, once someone like Ron and we and others do this, and we get one you like, then that code is out there for you just to download, and it takes approximately 4 seconds to load that into the Arduino, and then you have the exact same setup with the digital readout, with the offset, with the sidebands correct, and all that. So that will be coming here probably real soon. I think Ron will be getting his board in the Netherlands here in the next couple of weeks. I already had mine, so he's already got the VFO stuff ready now, and we'll be able to put it on his board when he gets there. And we're going to do a lot more things with it.
Real quick, do you know what the difference is between? I've got another DDS that was available as a kit form with the Nano DDS and the AD9850 module for $8 or $9, from China, and got that, and it works fine. And in fact, it's even got a variable output circuit, buffer, amplifier, whatnot, and works fine. But do you know if the code that PA3, I didn't catch the rest of Ron's call, but do you know whether or not is that going to be compatible with that board? Because I haven't seen the SI board yet.
Yeah,
I mean, I've got some SI modules, but I haven't seen that particular SI board yet.
Are you talking about compatible with what, that RTC 01D?
No.
Or with the BITX40?
No, compatible with the Arduino configuration, as far as the wiring, compared to you're using an Arduino with an SI whatever chip and module. The one I'm using, and the one that like the
AD9850,
I believe.
Yeah,
I'm using that module.
Yeah, I've got that here also. We built that one. I built that up too as just a straight VFO without any offset, without anything. And yes, it could. The Arduino in the AD9850 will do basically the same thing, but you're going to have to change the code in there, because they're different boards, and you're going to have to wire this. Yeah, you're going to have to wire this the very same. In other words, if you use the code that we have, that Ron wrote, that we've got working, you've got to make sure that your wiring diagram on your Arduino and your LCD and your rotary encoder and the SI5150 card, you got to make sure all those wires go to the right pins, because on Arduino you got different inputs. You got analog inputs like A0 and A1, and you can use those inputs for whatever you want, but you have to define it in the program. That I'm going to use this input, so it has to match up. But it's real simple to change it if you've got an Arduino, but that software that software would not work with the AD. That code would not work with the AD9850. I think you could use, it'd be very similar, but you'd have to make some changes, and I'm an old dog.
The thing would be for me is to switch out to the SI module. That's no problem whatsoever. And then use Ron's code when it's done.
Yeah.
And I'll have myself a nice BitX40 transceiver, because it's yours sounds like awesome.
Let me tell you, it sounds like FM. It sounds, and I've talked to other people that have this, and that radio sounds like 2-meter FM on 40 meters. I mean, it's just when the signals come in there, they're so clear, and we're getting some interference somewhere. I don't know where it's coming from. We got some people on Skype. Hello, Jeff. How you doing? Jeff, you're a robot. You're R2D2. Jeff, I think you need to reconnect. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Jeff,
Tom,
reconnect.
Tom, I won't hold you any longer. I think you answered my question, and
okay, just stay.
The big one.
Yeah, stay in touch with us. Are you on our Facebook group? No,
I'm not into Facebook.
You're not.
I spend too much time on the bench piddling around, and I'm involved in a couple maritime I'm next to the ocean here.
Yeah.
And I'm involved in some maritime mobile nets, and that takes a lot of my time up, and also off the I spend a lot of time on the bench, and so. And I'm also a QRP enthusiast, so this is very interesting to me. And there's for $45 and DDS, you can't beat what Farhan has accomplished again. So
yeah, and Farhan.
This is my fourth
Really?
Bit X, and I've got I built the Snell's version, 3 of them, and he listed me. In fact, I'm still on his website, and he exposed me as building one of the first ones that he developed, and I converted that using a German DDS, and it was already set up for a non-inverted upper sideband situation. So I didn't have any problems, and I wasn't into the complications that I'm into now. I'm not a very good programmer. That's the problem.
Well, I'm not either.
I
and
rely on a lot of other people.
That's why Ron has been such a big help, boy. I mean, in fact, Ron is in the Netherlands, and I see we got Arnie. I think it's Arnie Arno in the Netherlands on right now watching us. It's 4:20 in the morning over there. I think it was last night. Ron stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning to make code changes. He kept wanting to see if it would work, and he was on here. But you mentioned Farhan. He's the designer or kind of the inventor of the BITX40. We're going to have him on the show hopefully in a few weeks. I've talked to him. He's traveling, and we hope to have him on the show soon.
He's a sharp young man. He really is. They're done with bidirectional amplifiers, and it's such a simple circuit. It does need an AGC circuit, and that will be my next project after I get this DDS thing figured out. But I'm trying to use what I have in house without buying anything else. Yeah. And so that's what I was kind of messing around with. But it looks like I need this SI module, which I know that the SI chip and all, and it's fine. But Tom, I appreciate.
Yeah. Well, hey, Ron, let me just say this.
I appreciate you letting me on your program, and I certainly will be listening in the future, and I won't hold you any longer.
Well, Ron, let me just
73s and happy holidays, and thank you so much.
Yeah, let me also just say that you can use that AD9850, but someone will have to get the code working for you, and the code that we've got is not going to work in it. But there are people out there using that 9850, that AD9850, and are writing code. So if you can find it on the internet, you could probably load it on what you have.
Well, I can get it to work, but I got to go into a negative IF. And then when I go to a negative IF, I got backwards.
Yeah. Well, that's in the coding. All that can be changed in the coding, but I'm not a coder, so I can't help you there. So that's the reason I'm saying find somebody that's got one working, and they'll share the code with you. Ron down in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, thank you very much for calling in tonight. 73.
73's my friend, and happy holidays.
All right. We've got Jeff. You back in there on?
I am.
Yeah, there you are.
Sorry about the interference.
That's all right. You kind of sounded like the old robot. So who got in here? We got Bill. Is that? Yes, Bill. Hey, Bill. How you doing up here in Massachusetts? You got any snow up there?
Good evening, Tom. Yeah, we did have a little bit, and there's only traces left right at the moment. Got more coming on Saturday night into Sunday, so the Carol Christmas party is tomorrow night. What do you call it? The PRA is on Thursday night. So I'll be back home and hunkering down and waiting for the next one.
Well, I tell you, that when we get those snows here, they kind of last too. Sometimes they last 2 or 3 hours.
Well, this one here lasted most of the day.
Yeah.
Basically, and then overnight it rained and most of it was gone.
All right. Mike came in there. Mike is up in he's in an ooper. How do you call him? You call him an ooper? Upper?
Hey,
Mike, how you doing? Let me click off of you here, or click off somebody. Let's see. There we go. Oh, I was gonna.
Where's your picture?
I thought that might have been coming from you, Jeff. That noise.
Well, my cat just made a meow.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. All right. Yeah. All right. So, wow. I when the show first came on, the first 1 minute, I saw our signal here on the encoder going red. And I thought, oh no, man, not again. But then it cleared up and it worked the whole show. I think. I mean, I didn't see any problems here.
I only saw a couple of instances there, and I was on Chromium.
Bill? Hello, Bill?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
I was on Chromium.
Yeah.
I noticed, and I put a couple of notes in the chat room that I experienced a lull.
Okay, well, hopefully, for the most part, it did okay.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that there was a couple of instances, but it was only minor, like a couple of minutes.
Yeah. I want to say thanks to Lord Robert there at WBCQ. We're going to go off the air in about 45 seconds. He's put the countdown on there, and he's going to turn the transmitter off. He's going to, hey, there's Jolty. He's going to turn the transmitter off and go back and get where it's warm, I think, because he's way up there at the Maine border with Canada there at WBCQ, Monticello, Maine. 73s to Robert there. And, hey, there's Jolty in there. Jolty, I haven't seen you in a long time. Jolty is down in India.
I was in England. I joined you in middle of the night a few times.
Oh, did you from England? Or well, okay, so you've joined us a few times in the middle of the night. Was that from England or from India?
I was in London.
Okay. For everybody out there, Jolty is down in India. So we're getting out really good to India tonight.
It's amazing what the internet can do.
Yeah, isn't it, though? Boy, I wish I had this back in the 60s. I would have had fun with it. I mean, hey, we didn't even have good ham radios back in the 60s, man. It's amazing we made contacts.
Sure you did.
Well, I don't know. I think the average 16-year-old might not have. We had probably a little 60-watt CW transmitter and a receiver. I mean, we did okay. We had fun with it. Well, good night to the Lee family there. I see that they're having to hit the sack here. It's getting pretty late. I see 9:30. It's 10:30 there now. I've got one of these clocks, these atomic clocks that keep the correct time. And it's reading 2 hours early right now. I don't know what's going on with it.
Well, I bought two. If you look at my camera, let's see if I can light them up.
I see them over there. Yeah.
They're MFJ clocks.
Yeah.
And, the one's correct for Eastern time where I live, and the other's UTC. But they're only set for, the controls on the back only allow you to adjust for 4 time zones. So I took it apart, and to get the UTC, I had to, move the hour hand.
I got you. Well, this clock I've got is, I don't know who made it. It's a big digital clock with date and time on it. It's got the atomic clock in it. I can set that. I'll look and it has the right time, and then an hour or two later I'll look and it'll be 2 hours earlier. And I'll go get Kathy to tell her that, hey, my clock's not keeping time. She'll come in here and look, and it'll have the right time. Somehow it alternates back and forth. You can't figure it out.
That's kind of odd. My MFJ clocks, they're atomic.
Yeah.
They're radio clocks, and they work fine.
Yeah.
And why aren't the cameras changing when you speak?
No, let's see.
We're not seeing you.
Let me see what's going on here. Let me see. Now see if it changes.
Not changing. All I have is just your picture of still picture of you.
Just a still picture of me. Or hang on, let me look. Oh, you know what? Let's see.
Maybe the camera allows you one program to use.
No, can you? You got the wrong. Let me see what you're looking at there. Let's see. No, William. My camera's not even on. Yeah, my camera's not even on for some reason. Let me look.
Yeah, no kidding.
Let me look and see what's going on. I thought you guys were seeing us here the whole time.
I can see you in a white helmet.
And
William's got the chat room. I've been watching his chat room.
You know what? Let's see. Well, camera is muted. How can a camera's muted? I don't know.
How'd you do that?
That's strange.
Maybe you should call in again.
Let me tell you, man. Last week, the day before the show, we had an 8-hour power outage. I ran a generator for 8 hours. Now, all the equipment back here is on UPS, but it wasn't even turned on. I've been having trouble with my Wirecast. That's the thing that, does the show and, does the green screen, a blue screen. Well, the green screen don't work anymore on any computer. And I'm working with Wirecast, and I've never heard of this problem before, but I tell you, I got it on multiple computers. And so that's the reason, hey, I'm not using green screen tonight. That's that was really the workbench behind me. Just everything was going bad. I had a hard drive. The main hard drive finally died on me in the webcast encoder and all kinds of stuff. Today I found a Cat 5 cable that's had a bad plug on the end of it. And the what?
I think Jody went out to say something to somebody outside the area here.
So.
Can you disconnect, Tom, and reconnect?
Yeah, I can. Let me try that. I'll be back. All right, let's see if I can get back in here.
Well, he's back.
That didn't work. Okay, let me try something else.
Might have to use a different computer.
It's interesting. Every time someone would talk before, their picture would show up on the screen, and then I guess that's it. Tom would be the moderator. That would happen.
Yeah. That's strange. Real strange. I've got the output on. Let's see. Output settings. Nope. That's not it.
Now you know how I felt last year.
Yeah.
Couldn't get anything to work.
Man, that's on. All right. It's weird. Let me go back to camera. Let's see. Video. Camera here. See what that does. Well, I guess I'm going to have to get Jolty to come in here and fix this for me.
Well, what you can do is you look at your Hangout screen.
Yeah. No, it's just that my camera. It's just my camera shot from the webcast is not making it back over to Skype. Let me. I can turn.
Run Skype and this together.
You got to turn Skype off.
Well, I did, but maybe it's still got the camera hung up somehow. You know. Oh, wait a minute. The little picture of the camera down here with the little line through it. Does that mean anything?
Yeah, it's not working.
The little picture with the line through it, does that mean anything? If you click on it, that didn't change. I thought maybe that was going to turn it on. Like right there.
There you go.
All right. So,
you're back.
So,
you're back.
So maybe, wait a minute.
But why when
you're on now.
Oh wait, no, wait. I'm on the wrong camera. I'm still on the wrong camera. Let me change to the webcast. See if I can bring it up.
Black screen.
All right, black screen. Okay, stand by. We'll figure it out.
Yep. Back to your still picture.
Yep. Okay. I don't know. See, that's one of the little buggy things that happen, you know. Let's see. Should work. Should be working. I'm going to call back in. I'm going to hang up. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with that. I'll spend another day or two tomorrow and the next day trying to figure it out. I'll probably never get my BITX 40 finished.
Hey, Tom?
Yeah.
Curiosity.
Uh-huh.
Up in the right-hand corner.
Yep.
Hit the settings.
Yep.
That little sprocket thingy there.
Yeah, I got the right camera selected.
Yeah, well, I'm I got my camera. I can see my camera. Yeah.
Well, see, I've got different camera inputs, and I've got the webcast camera selected where you can see yourself back, or you can see me from the webcam. But I mean, I can go to another camera that's on it like that right there, and you'll see me. I mean, that's on a little camera. It's on the there. It's just not. I'm not getting it back. Let me. I'm gonna work on something here. I'm gonna wiggle some cables. All right, let's see if I can. It's there now.
You know what's interesting though, even though you can see it now, Tom, is that when you speak, or whenever anyone else would speak, it would always change the focus of their camera to the main screen.
Yeah. All right, Bill or somebody say something. Well, it's changing here.
Hello. What, you can see me when I talk?
Yeah, when different people talk, it changes to them. It's just you're not seeing.
It used to change for me. So do I have a setting wrong?
Yeah, you're right. Well,
you're on.
You're on all the time. Now Bill's on.
Yeah.
Bill's on.
Very weird.
Now Jeff's back on. So
I'll keep talking because I need camera time.
So Jeff, you're not seeing anybody else come up?
No, it doesn't change.
Well, maybe you need to call in.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah, call in. John, KC7 DRI says it's just Microsoft and Google having a battle over the broadcast. All right, so let's see. I see Mike here. I see Bill there. Who's that? There's Yelty still there. There's me with no camera.
Is Mike?
There, that's working for me now.
Is it working? All right, you were stuck.
I was stuck in the mud.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna have to. I have to troubleshoot this tomorrow. Figure out what's going on. Now I can't bring any camera up on me.
Weird.
That's interesting. Okay, well, all right, not a big problem. You guys don't need to see me anyway.
No, I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah.
Have a good evening, everyone.
It's late for you.
Yeah, it's quarter to 11.
All right. Well, hey, glad you dropped in tonight. Saw the show.
Yeah, I saw it last week. Just couldn't spend any time in the hangout. That's all. So, appreciate all you do there, Tom.
All right, man. Thank you. And hey, we'll be seeing you soon in Ohio, I guess.
Another 6 months or so, we'll be there.
Yep.
Very
all
good.
Right.
Well,
we'll see.
Almost 5 months. So I'm closer to 5 months. So
yeah.
All right. See you guys.
All right. We'll see you.
Yep. Good night, Joe.
This is starting to bother me now. Let me try something here. Got to crawl under the console here.
Oh. Here, audio.
Okay, I'm back here. Let's see. I'm going to try another cable. Anybody there? You there, Bill?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I don't have the headphones on, so I want to make sure.
Yep.
All right. One of my HDMI cables down here, the little plastic molded piece is bent off of it, so I don't know if the wires are broken or anything. Let me replace that cable and see if that makes any difference. I'm sure the fix is not going to be this easy.
Nothing's ever easy, Tom. You know that.
That's the wrong cable. That's the got the wrong end on it.
Hey, welcome back, Jody.
That's got the.
Hi, I had to go.
Jolty's back. Let me go get a cable. I'll be back.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, there you are, Mike. I was wondering about you. You hadn't said a word.
I don't pop up at a screen like you think, sir.
Yeah, you're real time here.
No. Yep. Yeah, I've been muting a lot because I got this cold and I just keep coughing away. So I don't want to cough on everybody. So I've been muting a lot.
All right. So I've got a 20-foot cable here, or I wonder if that's going to work okay to go 3 feet. We're going to try it.
I think you need a 30-foot.
Yeah, well, this may be a 30. Let me plug it in.
Now you're making tones.
Yeah. That's weird. That is really weird. External on. Oh well, I won't worry about it. Probably need to cut the show off anyway. It's getting late here. Oh man. Arno says cables. We are hams. We do things wireless. Yeah, you're right, Arno. We try to, but I got several old connections I have to make here. Huh. Hey, Jill. Thanks very much, Jill, for noticing the frequency on our posting. I do need to go in and change the frequency. The wrong frequency is listed. Tonight was our first night to go back to 5130.
Yeah, I saw that. And Robert says, "Oh, we're supposed to be on 5130," and I'm saying, "Oh, I hope so."
Hey, look at there. Teresa fixed it. Teresa fixed it. Teresa, KE5MUX, she fixed it.
Why, is she hiding there?
No, she's in Texas, but she told me what to do on here. And yeah, I mean, you guys can see me now, right?
Yeah, we see you.
All right. Well, you know what? I did swap that cable out, and I did select the right camera, but when it didn't work, I didn't think about clicking the camera button at the bottom, of Hangout.
Uh-huh.
But I did click it earlier, and it did not work with the other cable.
Oh yeah, you got the slides up. One you can mute and hang up, or the camera. Yeah.
Tom, read a bit higher. Let's see. Cables. Tom, read a little bit higher. Let me read higher. Jill, you talking about your comment about how entertaining we are?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got one technical problem fixed tonight, and I'm gonna mark it down for Teresa. Teresa was the one that fixed it that time after I replaced the bad cable, of course. But we got to give her credit. She did help get it on there.
The big thing, though, is can you remember that the next time it happens, or will she have to remind you again?
I don't know. I don't know.
I know. She's sitting there listening to a bunch of us old farts here, that's all.
Yeah, VA1 DWG. You're seeing everybody now. Yeah. Hopefully it's working pretty good for you. Hey, if anybody doesn't want to get in a hangout and wants to call on the phone, 901-286-1116. I'll probably be hanging around another 5 minutes or so. If somebody wants to call in and join us, call in, join the group.
No, I don't bother calling you in. I'm right here.
Yep. Let me fix that.
So, Tom, did you go to Oklahoma over the weekend?
No, I didn't. Chris just went over there for the graduation, and I just stayed here and watched it on the internet.
Uh-huh. No.
Oh, yeah, congratulations to your son there.
Well, I'll tell him that, and he'll say thank you.
I sent him congratulations there on Facebook.
I know. I said something about a master's he got, but I didn't catch what it was.
It's telecommunications management, and then also part of it is information security.
Okay, that'll be in demand.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Well, he's a little late in getting it, I mean, but of course, I guess it's never too late. He's let's see, he's 41 now.
Yeah.
Well, you tell him that I didn't get my master's degree until I was 50. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And hey, I mean, I got out of the military. I was 43. And it was about 7 years. Yeah, I went through the undergrad. I got my bachelor's of management information science, and then I went on and I got my master's in international business relations, and you know, just for something to do.
Yeah. I mean, he's like many of us. I mean, you know, I mean, I didn't finish school at first, and I, you know, I went after starting my third year of college. Then I was about to get drafted. We had to draft, the thing called the draft back then, and they were fixing to call me, and that's when I told them, "You're not going to draft me. I'm joining. I'll show you." So then that was 4 years of my life, and then, you know, then school came later after work and everything else. So, yeah, he went to college right out of high school and a couple years, and then, you know, got stuck like all of us do, and, you know, in our job and stuff like that. But he's gone back and done a great job in finishing up both degrees.
Boy, you did about the same thing with me. I got a high school and I enlisted in the Navy. And I got sent home with the draft. So I got sent home as a reject.
And plants thrive under AeroGarden's LED grow lights.
All right, Jerry, what's all that noise coming from, Jerry? You got a TV on?
Grow lights on and off automatically.
What's up,
Jerry,
guys?
turn your TV down.
Do what?
Turn your TV down or mute your
Turn
mic.
the TV down.
Okay, I'll mute myself for a while, okay?
All right, that's good. Jill, that should be OF, not OM. Well, I think tomorrow I don't know what I'm going to do this desktop over here. We've been having so much trouble. I may reformat it, start over from scratch. I don't know what we're going to do, but it's a funny issue that my Wirecast stopped working on different. It's doing the same thing. Well, the chroma key doesn't work on either PC, and you would think if it's a PC problem, it wouldn't have affected it on the other PC, but it is. But I'm having other trouble too over there. Pasted an old Hangout, did not connect. Okay, Mark's wanting to get in. Let me see if I can paste the Hangout. Look up in the topic. Look up in the topic of the chat room, and there's a link up there. I think I got it here. Okay.
I posted it in the
Bill,
chat room.
you just did it. You just posted it, man. Didn't you? How'd you do that, Bill?
I jumped right on it.
You're good with computers, man. You're real good.
Well, so somebody's got to.
Somebody's got to
ready.
help around here, right? All right, maybe somebody else will join us. So, Jyoti down here in India, man, this BITX40 is a very popular radio. It looks like since I found it, I found a lot of people that are wanting to build it.
Okay, guys, you hear me?
I hear you.
Yep.
Okay, is that guy the one from India who builds the BIT?
What do you mean, the one in the video?
No.
No. He's just yeah, that's Jyoti. That's Jyoti. He's in India. That's not the one that did the BITX40. I think Farhan is the one that designed it or built it. So we're gonna have him on a show pretty soon.
Okay, I'm back. No. What did I miss? Okay, I heard somebody mention BIT, and I know the BIT is supposed to be a kit, an SSB kit. Am I correct?
No, the BITX40 it's a $45 single sideband 40-meter transceiver.
Uh-huh.
All right. There we are.
There we go.
Now I gotta get in.
Yeah. All right.
Another page.
Okay, I'm back. And what did I miss? Okay, I heard somebody mention BIT, and I know.
All right, Mark, you need to mute the webcast.
TX40. It's a $45.
Mark, go to the video on the webcast and mute it.
I'll get to that one in a second here.
Hey. You just closed the webcast.
All right, I think you got it.
Yep, I got it.
Yeah, he got it. Okay, great, perfect.
That's why tabs open.
Yeah. Well, you can close it or you can mute it. There's a little mute button on it. You know.
We just took and muted it.
Now, where are you at, Mark? I forget.
Up in Aurora, Ohio.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Up in Aurora.
Yep. Looks a little better tonight.
Good night. Good night to Jill, KD8 QGA. Jill, good night.
Good night, Jill.
Remember which way to go and you know better now.
Hi, Sarah.
I'll come back and I'll watch it later.
All right.
Another month.
No.
You want to take a break through Christmas time, or you want to just go right through?
Now, what is it? What was that, Mark?
Are you going to take a break at the right around Christmas and New Year's, or are you going to just?
No, we'll probably go straight through. You know, I mean, Christmas.
Go straight through. You're going to say.
I don't think Christmas or New Year's falls on Tuesday, so we'll probably do it. We'll probably try to have a show.
Christmas actually falls on Sunday this year.
Yeah. So we'll still have a show. We may not have much, but we'll do something.
Yeah, show all of our any of our things we get.
Yeah, that's good. Everybody can call in and show their presence.
That young girl tonight. I tell you, 9 years old. All I was doing was watching cartoons. I wasn't doing all the stuff she's doing.
That's true. That's true. Hey, yeah, that's a good idea. On the show after Christmas, we'll have people call in on Skype or call in on a phone and show us what ham radio item they got for Christmas.
Talk about having a nest over on northern Alaska. I believe WLP or WL7LP, I think. They're going to do an Alaska. And the Rural Conference, too. They might be doing one on Dewdrop Hill, too. They're doing them all over. Well.
All right, good night. Good night to VA1DWG. Need to make my picture a little bigger. Let's see.
Hey, Tom, each week is when you do the hangout, does it give you a new
No, we use the same link each week.
Oh, because I used the link. I saved that link.
Yeah.
And I just saved it in a document. And I went to and it said the Chrome extensions are disabled or something.
Well, if you look at the top of the chat room, there's a topic at the top of the chat room. It has the correct link in it.
All right.
That way you'll always have it.
I mean, if I go into the chat room, I got the chat room up and the video up. Hey, I did it. Amazing what you can do, what these things will do if it does it right.
Yep.
Where are you saying in the live show every Tuesday night at 9 p.m.?
Yeah, you're going to follow check your video.
I'm about ready to call it night here. I'm going to call it night too and get a snack.
Just came home from work, so. I'm going to say 73.
73, Mike.
I'm not doing a whole lot of talking with this cold I've got here. So.
Night, Mike.
All right, we'll see you, Mark.
Until next week. Good night.
Yeah, 73, my friend.
Right at the top in the chat room, it's always up there in the top then.
Yep, it's always up there in the topic.
At bit.ly and then the IM. All right. I'll have to remember that.
Oh, man, I'm getting sleepy here. It's been a tough week, guys. I like I said, I've spent probably 10 hours a day trying to get these problems worked out, and they didn't work out very easily. In fact, we're still going to have to do something to that desktop. I'm running on a laptop tonight for the show, and I have to squint my eyes. Everything is software controlled here, and all the little pictures about the size of a postage stamp that I'm clicking on.
So this evening, Tom, when you were doing the show, who was to the back there on your left? Was that Kathy?
Yeah. Well, you see somebody's hand.
All I saw were hands on a computer.
Yeah,
it was behind you there to the left.
Yeah, she's right over here.
Yeah,
she was right over there. Yeah, there's another PC over there, and she was watching the chat room, and she usually takes down the numbers for me. You know, like how many people were in the chat room and how many people were watching, stuff like that. You know.
I thought she was in another corner, like to your left, but in front of you.
Well, I moved my console around here for the webcast because my green screen didn't work anymore. It's broken in different PCs. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get fixed. So I wanted to have some kind of background. Normally, where the green screen is, I've got a window back there, and it doesn't look very good. You know, or it wouldn't look good to see a blue screen back here. So I put the workbench behind me.
Okay.
Let's see.
So, I don't know if you guys are hearing me, but my question is going to be about the bit transceiver. Is any one of you guys going to be building it?
Tom went and bought it. You can go to hf6.com, and it's like $45 if you want to purchase the item.
Jerry,
Tell me that address again, hf6.com.
Yeah, Jerry, we did a half a show on it tonight. You come in too late, man. I mean, I've got it on a workbench back here. I've got videos. We showed videos tonight of it working. Now, let me tell you, the VFO that comes on it, it's unusable. You won't be able to use it. It drifts so bad, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, you'll have your hand constantly on that knob turning it while you're talking. It ain't going to work. But we are building a VFO, Arduino VFO, and we've got it here. Let me show it to you. Let me see if I can show it.
Hold on, Tom. Hold on.
Well, this is I don't know if you can see this. This is the BIX40 right here. And here's the Arduino. We've got digital readout for it. We've got all that already working. So go to this, Jerry.
I guess when you finish building that, Tom, you'll be sending to Dallas, Texas to Kilo Bravo 3 Romeo Whiskey Tango.
Well, do this. Hey, go to our YouTube channel, W5KUB. And the last three,
I'll do that later tonight.
The last three videos show close-ups of this the BITX40, and it shows close-ups of the VFO we built. And the VFO, we built in the 12 megahertz IF offset where it tunes correctly. So the VFO reads the right frequency on the readout, and of course it puts a different frequency in the transmitter because of the IF. So if you look at those W5KUB, if you look at the last 2 or 3 videos, it's going to clearly show us testing that VFO, and you can build that VFO for about $15. And it does not. $15? Huh? Yeah, the Arduino Uno costs $4. The rotary switch costs 75 cents. The LCD readout costs $1.72. And the most expensive part is the little digital synthesizer chip that goes on there, the SI5351. It's $9. So all that added up is less than $15, and you will and we've already got the code already developed that will fit right into it and do all the things that we're showing you. Just watch that video and see if you like it or not, and you'll see how much it drifts without it, and you'll see how the VFO works. And you got to put it in a box. So
Okay.
here's what I showed on
the box is easiest thing.
Here's what I showed on the show tonight. Hey, can you see that picture right there?
Hold on.
That's the BITX40. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at it I'm looking at the website right now.
Okay. All right.
It's pretty cheap there, $45 there.
Yeah, and that includes shipping. That includes shipping, which is surprising.
Tom.
Yeah.
And what about the VFO? The parts of the VFO, where did you get it from?
Well, I just told you, there's $15 if you have to go out and buy it. It's an Arduino, it's the SI5351 chip, a rotary, and an LCD. In fact, can you see my picture right now? Can you see the picture?
Yeah, I'm seeing your picture.
All right,
now.
look.
I'm looking at your picture.
All right, look. Are you seeing this? There's the Arduino. There's the digital readout. There's the rotary encoder. That's the little board there. That's the most expensive board. It's $9 right there. That's the digital synthesizer. That's what the readout looks like. If you order that board, you have no readout. You don't know what frequency you're on. It's just a pot that you turn. With this, you've got a readout. You got digital readout. We're building an S meter in it. You see the S meter on there. So that's what it looks like there. Hey, have you ever seen a box like this? You know what that is?
Yeah, DirecTV box.
Yeah, well, not no more because look at it. Watch this. You see right there, it's about 10 inches by 8 inches by about 2.5 inches. Look, that stuff will fit into it perfect, man. So look at there. You take all the parts out. Of course, save the parts. They're good parts. And then look, you take everything out. You cut the back out right there. Look, hey, you got to go to Lowe's. You go to Lowe's or Home Depot, buy you a fire extinguisher sign like that right there. And then you cut that sign up right there. You cut it out like that, and you put it on that box, and you make you a box to put the VFO, you put the whole radio in. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that sounds good, man. How much watts is this radio anyway? Because let
me tell you, there's a video. I want you to look at the video on W5KUB. My very first contact, I laid the board on my desk with the wires hanging from it. 40 meter voice, 40 meter sideband. My first contact was South Africa, ZS6CCY. You ought to hear how loud he was coming in on that. And that video is on YouTube.
Okay, I'm going to look at the YouTube video tonight when I'm done here.
Yep.
I'm talking to you guys, and I'm trying to work on a machine here. I don't know if you guys are seeing this.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this old HP machine up so one of the guys, one of my friends could use it at his shop. He is into automotive parts, and he has this for something he does at the shop. So I'm just trying to get it up for him.
All right. Well, I think Arnold's talking about my meters back there. Okay, guys, I'm going to get out of here and take a break. It's been a long week. Now that show's over, I can kind of...
Time for peanut butter sandwich, Tom.
Yeah, and I can kind of cool it again for a few days here. Again, we've got
Okay,
a lot
Tom.
to do. Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
Before you leave, so when I look at that video tonight, am I going to see the parts list for that project that you're working on? Am I going to see where the sources and so, like where you pick up the Arduino, etc.?
Well, yeah. Well, if you go to hfsigs.com, it'll show you the board. You buy the board. It's already built. It's already wired and everything.
Okay.
I'm talking about
the VFO.
Yeah,
and the LCD,
but let me tell you, the
etc.
board is already wired. It's all surface mount. Everything. It's nicely built. You will get a couple potentiometers and a earphone jack and a power plug and a microphone and stuff like that you have to wire to it. But that hfsigs.com shows you how to hook that up. Now, the VFO, if you'll watch the videos, you can see what parts we use. It's real simple. It's the Arduino Uno. It's the SI5351, a rotary dial, in a 16 by 2 LCD, and you can get all those on eBay. There's a million of them on eBay. The LCD is $1.72. The rotary switch is 75 cents. The Uno is $4.
Okay, that's a question. The question I was asking if on your video, if you had a list, because I'm thinking that if I could I know what your parts are, but I would love to order the same parts from where you got them at that kind of price.
Well, but yeah, every week when I order a part, I get it from somebody different. Everybody in China sells the same parts. Every company in China sells it. So if you just type in Arduino Uno in eBay, pick the lowest price, rotate down through there and pick the $4 one that includes shipping and just order it.
Okay.
And if you don't remember the part names, the video will tell you the part names. They're very, they're very easy to see in the video. All right.
Sounds good.
Jolty.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Jolty, you have not said much. In India, I know it's early.
I didn't know. I ordered it from Amazon one, and it didn't come through. So I reordered it and canceled the one. Came from a different company.
Yeah, I haven't had any bad luck. I order so many things from India. I mean, from China now. That every day, and it takes 3 weeks to get it. Every day something comes in the mail. I get a package in the mail every day. It's like Christmas, and I don't even know what's coming in. I have to bring it in and open it up, and I look at it and say, "Oh yeah, I ordered that."
So it's Christmas every day, Tom.
So I got one more question for you, and I'll let you go because I need to go work on this computer here. When you finish building that bit 40 transceiver, are you going to sell it, keep it, or what are you going to do with it?
I just built it to have a little homebrew project. I'll probably use it.
Yeah.
I'll take it with me. I'll take it with me to North Carolina or somewhere, and I'm even going to put a tuner in it. I'm going to put a little QRP tuner in that same box. In fact, there's a QRP tuner. There's a QRP tuner on eBay you can buy for $9. All the parts, man. And I got that in today.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Tom.
Go ahead, Jolty.
Yeah, can you please just tell us a little bit about the QRP tuner you're going to put in there?
Yeah, I will. I've got it right here. Let me tell you, it was let me put the camera. It was $9 total cost. That included shipping. And look, I got it in the mail today. I didn't know what I got today, but it comes with a box. It comes with a box, and it's a T network. It's got 2 capacitors and a toroid and a switch. And look what's in the box here. I mean, this is how they send it to you. It's you get the wire for winding the toroid, and you get
right.
Oh, look at
Did
there.
you buy
switch.
this from eBay?
You get a switch. You get the toroid. You get the switches. You get a circuit board for the little power indicator, tuning indicator. I mean, $9. You can't even buy all the parts for $9. And I'm gonna build this in that. I'm gonna build this in that same little box. And we'll have a little QRP tuner on there, and I've read about this, and the guys that use it say it'll match about anything. So,
but did you buy that from eBay?
Yeah, I bought this on eBay. It was $9.
Okay.
Yeah, it was $9,
So
and let me see if I can find it for you. I tell you what to do, Jolty. On eBay, just type in QRP tuner.
Okay.
And you'll see one for about $9. And let me show you kind of what it is. I'm going to draw you a picture here.
You're going to get a slap. Sit down and behave yourself.
I'm gonna draw you a diagram here of what it looks like, and you will see this.
Sir, would you stop?
Okay, hey, Jolty, I don't know if you can see that, but see the little T circuit? It's just a little T circuit.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's an inductor there that they give you. They give you the toroid to wind. And in addition to that, they've got a little antenna tuning. It's a bridge circuit that goes on here that you flip a little switch, and it's got an LED, and you tune it to where the LED goes out. And when the LED goes out, it's maximum tuned. But you'll see that right now. If you'll search it, I bet it comes right up. QRP tuner, $9.
I'll look at it. So, it's pretty much all the sellers sells the same thing, isn't it?
It's pretty much what?
Pretty much all the sellers sell the same thing.
Now, I only saw a couple of that on there. There wasn't, it's not like everybody's selling Arduino or that. I mean, I only saw a few of those on eBay, but I guarantee you, if you type in QRP antenna tuner or QRP tuner, that will probably pop up in one of the first ones. Then you'll see it $9 US. It's a little T network, and it's got a little power LED on here for tuning. And I've read articles where people have built it, and they said it will tune almost anything. So that impressed me a whole lot. I'm going to use it probably on just a dipole or something like that. But I think, according to them, it would tune a random wire.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Before you go?
Yep.
What was that little board there that goes on top there? What was the part number?
Oh, it's an SI 5351. I think it's the number. It's made by Adafruit. SI 5351. It's like about $9. Now you got to have a little bit of even I'm having trouble loading the software in it. I can load the software. The problem I have here, and I loaded all the software in it, I have trouble with the Arduino figuring out what directory and what to put under what directory and what to name it and so forth. And Ron over the Netherlands helped me straighten all that out, and he's the one basically did the code. So, you know, if you haven't used Arduino, you may have some problems in trying to get that you know, loaded correctly. But I don't know. You could probably go out and get somebody like Marty. You know, go out and find a 15-year-old that plays with Arduino and stuff, and they could probably do it with their eyes closed.
Yeah. Well, it sounds good. All right. Well, I got to go. It's almost 11:30. I'll catch up with you next week. And,
okay, guys. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here, too. 73, everybody. Enjoy this night. We'll see you next week.
Well,
yeah. Go ahead, Jolty.
Good if you can.
Hey, Jolty. I think you probably got my email address. It's on my website here. If you need to email me, if you need to email me for information or something, just email me too.
Anyway, see you guys. I'm gonna leave y'all.
Okay.
Night.
All right. Good night.
I want to go too, Tom.
All right, good night, everybody. I'm gone. We'll see y'all.
Okay. Bye-bye then.
All right. Thanks to everybody for watching tonight. What few of you that are left.